This is the Zapata Brand Podcast, Quick Hits Edition, with George Zapata, with Coach Diz, and Jersey Jay-Z.
Well, welcome to Boxing and Bagels. The Zapata Brand Podcast is live once again with Coach Diz.
What up?
In studio right now. We are both here. Diz coming from Williamsport to Berwick, but no Jersey Jay-Z. He's not here. We're trying to get him on the line, but he is in New Jersey. This is our 1 year anniversary, believe it or not, and we wanted to get a little bit of a recap before we get into the fights of how this whole thing started. We keep getting updates on Facebook about
The interviews.
about our interviews and stuff that we've done, and now it's actually 1 year. We're doing 1 year.
Do you remember like exactly where you were when you got that first call for that first guest?
Our first guy, the
Greg.
first guest, I think was Leo, but so it was first guest.
Yes.
What, as far as what?
Like a person, like Greg. The first, where were you when Greg came on?
Okay.
Like when you got the call from Jay-Z?
Well, when Jay-Z, when we first started it, Jay-Z wanted to do like he was the one handling the people coming in, because we were really going towards boxing but we really had no real connections to get in.
No, I think it was first, wasn't it? Like entrepreneur. And
Yeah, it was really going to go towards entrepreneurship and what I did in boxing.
tips from the
And
corner.
how things were, how boxing and bagels and stuff. It's all kind of just like boxing and entrepreneurship. All's the same way. It's all really the same thing. So after we started doing that, and I was going little by little, I thought you had to do it in studio. Remember, I thought we had to do everything in studio. We had a couple guests that were lined up that didn't pan out.
No. And it was actually a blessing.
It actually turned out to be a blessing, because when we were doing it, we had to make a transition to go towards streaming, because that was the way to do it. I remember even Tim Witherspoon telling me, if you can do stream, I'll come on anytime you want. So after we did that, our first guest was Greg. Greg came on, and he has such a massive audience that it really exploded. That really took us to where we're going. But obviously we're not where we want to be. No. But it really put us into a different.
It was funny because when I was, when you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, that's how I know that you're on a podcast. It was on for like 5 hours, and I'm like, geez, what is going on over there?
Well, we know that Greg talks.
Yeah,
we know Greg talks. So
at that time, I didn't.
That put us where, we started. Then we started reaching out to like our friends and people who wanted to do stuff, and then we kind of switched over into boxing because we knew that better, and we had the fights coming up. I believe they were. And we just went to that.
The Spence fight, I believe, was the one.
Yeah, Errol Spence fight.
Yep, was the first one.
First really started getting into it, and that's when I went on vacation.
Yep.
Right there. And then I was on the Portaway podcast.
Yep.
I remember that. And then when I came home, I think Rich edited everything and put the first episode up. Real episode.
Yeah.
It was Greg.
Yeah.
We did a little episodes here and there on the phone. Remember, we did it on our phones.
Yep.
And then after that, we really kind of
then it was Jeremy.
Then Jeremy Hassel, which was tomorrow. It's 1 year tomorrow.
Okay.
The second.
Okay.
One year tomorrow is when it came out. I'm going to reach out to him to get an update on what he's doing. That was the first one that came on. So that's when it started. I started getting a little.
That was the first lot. That was the first stream, I think, right?
Oh yes, that was actually. That was the first. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
That was the first one. StreamYard, which is the software that we use. So that was the first one there. Then I had what else? I had a couple of, and then I think I reached out to Jim Lampley, and that's when Fred texted me right out and said, "Hey, you gotta get
Coach Diz on all the time.
You gotta get Coach Diz on." And it just was we just really didn't have that. We didn't have that. We really didn't have anybody come on. I mean, what were we supposed to do? We didn't have real connections. Jay-Z was the one who was connecting everyone with us.
Teddy Atlas.
Then he connects us with Teddy Atlas. Then it really started to gain steam. Then you reach out to Kevin Ioli, and then that's when I called Kevin. And Kevin has been, he has been really good for our business, our podcast, and our show. he's connected us with a ton of people, really a ton of people. And
also Rachel
right out of the gate got us with Zizzo, Buddy McGirt, a couple other people there, and who she had the McKenna boys, which are really they're really doing well. I'd like to get back to them. And those guys are Ronnie Ellis really started. Then Boom Boom Mancini came on. Then we had Tevin Farmer. I reached out to Nova Sports, and there was a bunch of other people we had on. So I know I'm forgetting a ton of them. But you go through so many different phases. Rita, she started with that one. We had a big one with that. So it's hard to gauge where you want to go. So that's the hardest thing. Showing what we're doing and what is the next step. What direction we're going. That's why we spun off with Jersey Jay-Z and his podcast. He does his podcast. Straight out of Jersey on Thursdays. Yes, Thursdays.
Yep.
And
then we got the fourth and goal with the bros. That's on Tuesdays.
Is it Tuesdays?
It's going to be Tuesday because we were talking and we're like, look, Sunday everybody's going to be watching football. Monday everybody's going to be, working, and then Monday Night Football. So Tuesday we were thinking was the best thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Sundays. No, you know what? Sundays wouldn't make sense.
Yep.
Because or it would have to be Sunday morning. If you did it Sunday morning. Remember, like how you still WFAN?
Yeah.
Then I think it makes sense.
But then the recaps.
What's that?
You can't do the recap.
Yeah, Tuesday does make sense. Are you guys gonna go live Tuesdays?
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
So that you figure Tuesday, Monday, yep. I'm gonna try to do a live Monday or interview Monday. Tuesday, you guys go live. Wednesday,
Greg goes live,
but he hasn't been going live. He's been doing like midnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would work.
Thursday is
Jay-Z. Friday is really a dead day. Because I want to go to the football game, and
Saturdays the fights.
I'd like to get. I think Sundays would be the best days for the fights. Boxing Bagels as like what happened. Yeah. Initial reaction.
I mean, you get Percy on.
Percy's always good to go.
Speaking of that, man, he's been killing it with interviews.
Percy's been killing the YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is a VIP Crew on YouTube. If you go there, he's there with usually with Vivek Wallace. I haven't seen Vivek on there. I don't know if they're still. I would imagine they're still going together, but that's a show that's growing fast. But he gets like real relevant people on at this point, like Danny Garcia fighting Arizona Laura in a couple of weeks. Yep. He had on there Jeff Mayweather. Yep. He does have a very good relationship with them. Same thing like Kevin Iole. All the guys that he gets relative to the time and. Next week he's already told me he's got Sean O'Malley.
Don't release his interviews.
Well, I know he told me what's going on. He's going to do a walkthrough with the Sphere with Dana White. He's not allowed to tape it, but
can he sneak like a little camera? Maybe
that's the last thing you want to do. That is the last thing you want to do.
They're 20 million in the hole, right?
I don't know if there's so much in the hole. I think they're going to get it back. I think they'll end up getting that back because that's I think going against Canelo was not the best move, but I think he wanted.
I think it was both. Not a good move for either.
For
Canelo or
Canelo always has that. Canelo always has that show.
Yeah,
and I think he draws pretty good. And it's UFC is every month.
Yep,
Canelo's twice a year, so maybe he should have not. But I mean, he wanted to do it. There was no way he was not going to do it.
So. Go back to the year. In the year, what was your highlights? What was one of the main top three?
Okay,
we're doing a podcast. I think I know the top one.
All right, I know
the top. Let's go three. I know the top two.
Okay, let's go three.
Top three.
We'll go to three.
Top
three, I would say, as far as podcast goes, who I wanted on. Three,
No, I'm not saying that. So like things that happen. Top three most important things that happen with the year.
Number three, probably. I would say Teddy Atlas. And I say that only because where it led to was an experience.
Okay.
Number two, Jim Lampley. I always wanted Jim on. It was one of my things on my bucket list that I have. I want to get him on. Number one, obviously, meeting Kevin Iole, going to Vegas and meeting Dana White.
Yep.
I mean, that was not by far the best I've ever experienced. And
you didn't think you were going to do that.
Never in a million years. I never, because I thought he was in Abu Dhabi to begin with. Number one. Number two, Kevin's like, listen, he's very busy. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to take you over there to meet Mark Ratner anyway. So we went there, and then to have that happen was, you can't. I never expected in a million years to get that far.
To be in the UFC place, you know, looking at the gym. And all
the way he was talking to me was just like a regular dude. Like it was like me and Leo, or just talking boxing, talking to fights. And then he was talking about his family, how his family was. Then I met his family. It was crazy.
Yeah,
just a crazy whole experience. The whole thing was crazy. It just in general was just the whole thing. This experience has been different because I've kind of pulled away from the shop, and going away from the shop, not being I'm here all the time. The studio's in the back, but just not working every single day with the wholesale, and which today you would think, I got a lot of wholesale. I don't.
No.
These days right now would be crazy.
Yep.
For us, they're not. And is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. As of right now, it's
50-50.
50-50. We don't know. We have a couple schools that we deal with that are really good. They're good to deal with. I mean, now Bucknell was good to deal with. I'm not gonna lie, but having Bucknell as a client was really awesome.
Yep. Really every awesome. Day, but just the wear and tear, just like a fighter, the wear and tear of
it gets to you after a while. It gets to you, but it's still. I had a great run there with them.
Hey, you look what you did. You got to interview the
CEO, president CEO of Bucknell, Jeff Broadhurst.
Yep.
He came on for a show. That's another highlight. Yep. I didn't think I'd get to meet someone. Like, you got to figure these guys are in the millions of dollars.
Yep.
They're millions of dollars. What the hell are they doing talking to me is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I never even thought a million years that would happen. But let's get back on track to where we're going. This is Boxing and Bagels, so we have to talk about the boxing and bagels. So we just talked about bagels. Now let's talk about the boxing situation. Let's go first to September 14th. Canelo Alvarez returns to the ring.
Yeah.
Opposing UFC Noche, but he's going against Edgar Berlanga. Probably not the guy that you would think is going to hold his own here. What do you see in this fight? Take it from both perspectives, Canelo and then Berlanga. And I'll tell you what I thought. And by the way, I'm 2 for 2 in predictions. I said it would be Munguia on Cinco de Mayo, and I said it would be Berlanga come September. And I also said it's going to be David Benavidez in the Sphere next year at this time.
You think so?
Cinco de Mayo. Yep, I do.
Okay.
So go ahead. Tell me what you think about Berlanga.
I think Berlanga's younger. He's bigger. I think he's bigger than Canelo. He looks bigger. I just think he's just not. He's inexperienced right now, and he doesn't have a good chin. He's been knocked down.
No, that's the one caveat. I said, "Holy cow!"
And I think Canelo is going to pick him apart and outbox him. I'll do my prediction later on, probably a week closer to it, but I think it's just another fight for Canelo to get under his contract and then move on to his last fight that you said is going to be at the Spear against Benavidez. Mm-hmm. That's what you said.
That's what I said. Yeah.
And then walk out. I just think it's an easy little fight. I don't see any type of dangerous situation for Canelo in this fight.
I don't either. I think this is a fight where it's a showcase fight for his last fight, which I think will be David Benavidez. Yep. If by any crazy thing that David Benavidez loses somehow or doesn't fight Canelo, I think he fights the winner of Bivol Beterbiev, which I think will be Bivol. I do.
Yep.
And I think it'll end up being Bivol versus Canelo
for the rematch.
In the rematch at the end of the Sphere. If some crazy thing happens, but I do think he wants.
I don't know if I would want to see that rematch.
I think that would be a good rematch for his last fight.
But I don't know. I just think it'll be the same outcome.
I don't know. I think it's a different Canelo these last two fights. This is a showcase fight for Canelo. He is going to knock Berlanga out within 5. He has no chin. I mean, for this weight class,
he's wild. He's wild.
But he's got no chin not for Canelo.
Oh no,
not for Canelo. Listen, if you're getting knocked down in sparring with 16-ounce gloves, and I mean he slumped, there's a problem. And then I saw him on a show. Well, he got knocked down as a pro, but he was okay. He walked into
knocked down in amateurs.
He got knocked down a bunch of times. Yeah. Not a good look, especially for someone like Canelo who's coming there to prove a point.
Oh yeah,
I think he
pissed him off.
Canelo, probably not the smartest thing to do. I think he baited him to give him the fight. Like he said, "Oh, I respect him. I respect," and then kind of switched the script like Bernard Hopkins did to De La Hoya to make sure he got the fight. And then he switched it on him. Okay, fine, but now you have to fight, and you're not Bernard Hopkins.
No,
yeah, Berlanga is more of like a chinny type of Michael Moore chinny type of guy. I think this is a fight where it's a dangerous fight.
It's like a Vargas.
Vargas is all right. No, Vargas would fight.
Yeah,
I think Berlanga, if he gets hit, he's going to go.
You think he's okay?
I don't think. I don't think he's been hit like this guy. I think Berlanga is going to hit him or is going to try to hit him, and he's bigger. And I think Berlanga was set up to fail. Because of all those gimme fights in the beginning of his career, he rallied off a bunch of fights, and he was undefeated and all knockouts. So that I think is going to put.
See, I think Canelo's going to bring him because he has no stamina. Berlanga, I think Canelo's going to bring him into like the 9th, 10th round. Really give it
try
to
to
him.
Punish him.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get him out early. I think it's a showcase fight, which I think this reminds me of like them trying to feed him. So they want to feed him to look good to set up another fight down the road. Because I think Canelo's getting stale. I think people are getting a little bit tired of the bullshit. I think they were saying, "Come on, man, you got to fight." Charlo fight was bad for him. Munguia fight, what was going to happen. Munguia was going to fight. Munguia was going to fight, but you knew he was going to lose. And I think Munguia he carried him a little bit. He said, "Okay, I'm not going to knock you out," because I think Munguia respected Canelo.
And I think Canelo respected him.
What do you mean, Munguia?
Yeah,
I mean, I think the respect's out the window now for this fight.
Yeah,
this ain't good.
No,
I don't think it's good. And then Caleb Plant's thrown in the mix. I saw that and I was like, "Oh Jesus,
sit down, Caleb. I got this."
Yeah, he got this. I got this. I'll do what you
now that would be a good fight.
I think that would be a real good fight. I think Berlanga and Caleb Plant. It could be a real good fight. But I think Berlanga's got to get it. I don't know how much value he'll have after this fight if it goes the way I think. I just think he's going to get trashed in this fight really bad. I think it's not a good fight. I think it's too early. Not only is it too early, you got to have something, bring something to the table other than the one punch.
You got to be in a
knockout.
war, and he's never been in a war.
Right. But here's the other thing I was told. I was told he doesn't punch as hard as they say he does. I was told he doesn't punch that hard. I was told that he was set up with a lot of these fights, and you're going to see it come up. You're going to see it. And it's not good. Well, really not good. We'll see about how that goes. And also on that same card, Arizlanda Lara, Danny Garcia. I like that fight. I like that fight. I hope Garcia can win this fight because I want to see him get another title. I think that would be great.
Great for the sport, Garcia. Yep,
he's great for the sport. He's one of these fighters who's different. There, he's saved his money. He's got his money, and he's doing a lot of things outside of boxing. I don't know if he's going to win this fight. And I think the question mark with Lara was his punching power for all these years. Magically, he's now knocking people out first and second round.
So what are you trying to say?
I think there's something going on there. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know what
because he was not like that. That wasn't his style.
Yeah.
His style is he was a boxer. He would outbox you.
Didn't can he give Canelo a hard fight?
He gave Canelo all types of fits. But that was years ago.
I know.
And he kind of stepped away and he really didn't do much.
I don't even know when his last time he fought.
He fought on the Saudi card, and he knocked that guy out. I think he knocked him out in the first round to beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
And they were like, he never knocks out anybody. Never knocks out anybody.
Did he take like a 2-year layoff? 2-3 year?
I had a 2-year layoff. He was off for a while.
Okay.
Similar Danny Garcia's 2-year layoff.
Yeah.
Almost.
And this is the thing. Fighting a guy like that, Danny Garcia is going to be a little bit off, I think. His timing is going to be off.
For a little bit, but I still believe Danny Garcia's had a lot in the tank. He's fought in some really tough
He's got
fights.
some punching power. He's got punching power.
Yeah. I think he's fought in a lot of good fights.
You forget the people he's fought.
Oh, he's fought a laundry list of people between Thurman and
Porter.
I'll look real quick here.
He fought Porter, Thurman, whatever. He's fought a lot. He's never shy to fight anybody.
What's this now?
He's never shy to fight anybody.
Let me go on here. Let me go real quick here. I'm gonna do it up real quick here. Find his boxing rec. Danny Garcia. And just see his resume right in a row who he's fought. So let's go to boxing rec. Here it is. Danny Garcia. Let's see the who's who he's fought.
Okay.
37-3. Okay. And
how many knockouts?
I think he's got about 28, 29, 21.
Okay.
So, oh wow, okay. His last fight was in 2022 in July, and he won majority decision against Jose Benavidez Jr.
Yeah,
good fight. Then he fought Errol Spence. He lost the unanimous decision. Ivan Redcock.
Pause.
Yeah. That was in 2020. That was right before the pandemic. Right before it. Winning unanimous decision. Then Granados. Wins a KO. Sean Porter, Brandon Rios, Keith Thurman.
I forgot about
Samuel Vargas, Robert Guerrero, Paulie Malignaggi, Lamont Peterson.
Wow.
I mean, this guy's fought Zab Judah, Lucas Matias, Eric Morales twice, Amir Khan, Kendall Holt, Nate Campbell. I mean, this guy's fought everybody.
Wow.
Holy shit. This guy's been in there with some big names.
Yeah.
And he was
his first loss.
Keith Thurman was his first loss. It was a split decision. It was close.
Yeah.
Sean Porter, I thought he lost that fight.
Didn't he wobble Keith?
Keith Thurman?
Or they were going at it like in the one round. They were just wobbling.
He did.
Okay.
But he realistically, he reeled off a bunch of fights.
So he lost to first one he lost to was Keith
Thurman.
Then Porter.
Then Porter.
And then
Spence.
But look at those names.
Yeah. I mean, those three were. Yeah, I mean, think about it. He's only lost 3 fights, and he's just getting into this whole thing where he's been in this boxing game for a minute.
When was his first fight?
First fight, his debut, 2007.
Wow.
Holy crap.
He's 3 years away from 20 years.
Yeah, he's going to be 20 years in this game. Wow. That's a huge. But
he's got a lot more time in here, you know.
He took that time off, and I think that actually helped him. And I'm going to look at real quickly at Arizlando Lara. Yeah, his last fight. Oh shit! What did I do there? Okay, his last fight. Oh no, I'm mistaken. I'm mistaken with that one. Michael Zarafa. He knocked him out. I believe it was in round 1. I believe round 1 or round 2. He got knocked out.
Who did?
Laura knocked him out quickly.
Okay.
And I remember that fight. Was that in Saudi? Let me see, close this. That was not in. That was in. Where was that?
But he lost to.
I was in Vegas. I think it was Gary O'Sullivan.
Did he lose to Austin Trout too?
Who?
Laurel.
Yeah, he lost to Jared Hurd.
Jared Hurd, yes.
And then he lost to.
I was never a big fan of Jared Hurd.
He was hyped up pretty good. And then he just never. Once he got that one knockout, once he got knocked out that one time, he was never anything after that. He was supposed to. I thought he fought. If I'm not mistaken, he fought just the other day, not long ago, and he lost. They won't give me. They want me to pay.
No,
that ain't happening.
All right. So then, what else?
Then after that, what else do we have here? September. Well, UFC. Let's go to UFC Noche really quick. Sean O'Malley versus Merab. Now, I initially thought I was leaning towards Merab. I was really leaning towards Merab. I started looking at some of these videos.
He's not the sharpest tool.
I think he's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, because Morale. What was it?
I saw a couple things with him, and I'm thinking, oh shit!
Someone caught him clean on the chin.
Yeah, I forget who
Morales.
It was. I forget who it was, but it was 2 times.
Yeah,
2 times.
And then Henry Cejudo caught him.
Oh, it was Cejudo, and then it was that other guy. I saw Cejudo's.
Morales.
It might have been Morales. Oh my god!
He went down.
He gets hit. Yeah. Oh, he gets hit. He gets wobbled.
He's wild.
And that's the one thing I was worried about. I said, you're going in with a striker like O'Malley, because I thought Merab was an unbelievable wrestler, and he would do exactly what most of the people from Dagestan do, and it was going to be taken to the ground. Sean O'Malley's wrestling isn't the greatest.
Nope.
But I thought when I saw him getting wobbled, I said, holy shit, this is not going to be good.
No,
I changed my pick right away. I actually called Kevin. I said, Kevin, I was watching some videos. I go,
because Kevin said O'Malley.
Kevin said O'Malley. He's going to knock him out. And I said, I think I'm going to go with O'Malley. He goes, you got to listen to Kevin. He said, you got to listen to me. I said, yeah. Not now. I was shocked how bad he got beat up there. That was one thing I was shocked at. Didn't lose, but he was rocked pretty good. I don't think you can get away with that with Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I know. Sean O'Malley, his striking game is one of the top in the UFC. But I just think Merab is just gonna keep on coming. I mean, he might just keep on coming. You saw when I sent you, he jumped in the water, the ice, and
but that's stupid.
I know
Shit like that's stupid.
Just keeps on coming, and I think the wrestling's gonna get to O'Malley.
Well, you still going with Merab?
I'm still going with Merab. I'm not gonna change my pick. I go with my heart.
I changed my pick because
I go with what I see in my heart, and I think Merab is.
Well, I thought Merab in the beginning, but then I was looking at it. I said, "What the hell? This guy's gotten clipped a bunch of times. You're not getting away with that with Sean O'Malley. He clips you, you're going out."
Yeah, and that's the thing. O'Malley, I'm still not big on him.
Really? You're not sold on him yet?
I'm not big
I'm not sold on him either. I'm not sold on him
because of the injuries, the leg. He's did beat Aljo, knock him out. He did easily.
Cheeto
Vera with a killer name.
So that was kind of like, hey, he beat me, but here's what I had. Here's what I got. Now, did he beat Peter Yan? I don't know. That was questionable. That was up in the air there. That was a questionable one. But other than that, that was
I can't see him going up in weight.
I can see him going up in weight. Yeah, I think he'd fight. I think he'd do all right going up in weight. I think he should go up in weight, actually.
Against Holloway? You think he'll do good against Holloway?
No. Nope, not at all. Well, let's go. September 21st, AJ going against Daniel Dubois.
Yep.
That's a fight that Daniel Dubois is coming off of a couple of good showings.
AJ has to perform like he did last.
AJ has to knock him out.
Yep.
Daniel doesn't have the greatest chin.
Nope.
It's a little shaky there. You know what I feel about shaky chins.
Yep.
In heavyweight division, you better have a good chin. If you don't, you are going out and quick.
Yep.
And I think AJ has a pretty decent chin, to be honest with you. The way he got hit with the Klitschko's and how he's stuck around.
Yep.
Andy Ruiz, he gets hit in the temple and he gets a little funky.
Well, anybody
on
would.
The chin. So I think he's okay. Could he upset him? I think he can, but I don't think he will. I think this is a showcase fight for AJ. But here's the problem with that. AJ wins. If he wins, Usyk, if he wins, you're not going to do 3. You're not going to do 3 5. I don't know if that would sell. I don't even know if that would sell. It might, but I don't see it selling at all.
I say, oof. I honestly thought Tyson was going to win that. I think Tyson's going to win this next fight.
Tyson
against Usyk.
I'm talking about Mike Tyson.
No,
Tyson Fury. You think will beat Usyk?
Yep, and I think this will be the fight for AJ versus him.
It's got they want that fight really bad.
I know.
They just can't get it together because one person loses, then the other one. I'll tell you, we haven't talked since Andy Ruiz last fought, but when he fought on his card. Man,
I know.
Big baby comes in sometimes overweight.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Andy Ruiz. I don't know what happened to his career.
Disappointed.
His career is like a disappointment. Reminds me of a Michael Grant type of fighter or a David Tua, even better example.
Yep.
Where he was right there for the title, maybe won a minor belt, but not the heavyweight championship. It was a talent wasted, and you see a lot of that wasted now, especially with social media and stuff, NIL.
Yeah,
I know it's not in boxing as much, but the talent that people have in a waste is incredible.
I was a big fan of Andrew Ruiz.
What's that now?
I was a big fan of him.
I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember Holyfield talking about
boxing
him and sparring with him, saying this guy's going to be champ of the world. He was right.
Yep.
Came out there and he became champ of the world.
Yeah, got lazy. And that's why I always say.
It's kind of like the buster. But even David Tua, when David Tua when he won, and didn't win, no, I don't think he won a minor belt or something. It wasn't the Undisputed because the Undisputed was still going.
Yeah.
It was something minor. And I thought, this guy's pretty good. He got the Undisputed Championship bout with Lewis. He got the bout, but he didn't win. And it just showed that, man, oh man, if you could just stay in some kind of shape, it sucks.
And Tua always, you had to watch out for his punch, his hook.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was it. Tua in Awana. But
that was Vito Bellini.
But yeah, that's what I would.
So what else do we have coming up on the schedule here? We have October 12th.
What's that?
That is Bivol versus Beterbiev, the fight that everyone wanted to see back in June. It would have been June or July. I think it would have been July when they would have fought on the card in LA. It would have been for the Saudis. That's where they were going to fight him. But didn't happen. Terrence Crawford moved up to the main event, which I'm going to talk about a little bit about finance with that. I believe Bivol win this fight only because I think Beterbiev is getting older. If there is no special medicine that anyone's using, there's some special medicine.
Oh, okay.
Special creatine that they're using. I don't. If they're using that, I would.
Speaking of creatine, did you hear the report that they were giving Biden some creatine and for the interviews because it helps with your mind?
Who?
Biden.
No,
when they were doing the interviews and
you couldn't give him the entire carton for him to get his mind straight.
Well, that's what they did in the interview, I guess.
No,
it was a report that
don't listen to this.
No, creatine helps with your memory and stuff.
Shut up.
Okay, go look it up. Google it.
I'll Google it now.
Google it right now. Google it, and it would say creatine. There was a study that just came out that creatine.
Sure.
You know, jeez. Go ahead.
It said for long COVID, it'll help. But it says may. It says may help with brain fog. He's got more than brain fog.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's got like a brainstorm going on in there. He don't know what is going on. He's not.
We'll touch off. Well, we won't go on that.
But I mean, you know, I think I want to get on a little bit of a rant.
Okay, go ahead.
About something. Let me tell you something, guys.
Well, let's.
It better be Bivol. I think is gonna win. That's what I got to get on this.
Okay,
because I'm pissed.
I think I know what you're talking about.
All right, so I've been in business for 27 years. I've had this building for 27 years.
Okay.
I get a letter from the water company that says you got a third party that wants to come in and put a backflow restriction on your water because they feel that it could affect the grease coming back into the water.
Okay, so where would they put this?
It's got to be on my main in my basement.
Okay.
So it's there.
How big is it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So not only do they come in, they tell me this from a third party, but the third party's got to come in and check it. That's $185. Then you got to do it once a year. That's $185. Right? To put the thing in, which I'm responsible for, is just under $4,000.
Okay.
Okay. So my question is this. So for 27 years, I've had a building that nobody caught. Nobody caught this thing on. Nobody said anything.
Does anybody else have this around here?
I would think according to them, that everybody does.
Okay.
But this is another reason why the government is so hated. It's not transparent. This is a money grab. That's all this is. It's a money grab. 100% money grab. They're going to get a guy a job for $100,000 a year because they're going to do 50 restaurants a day or 15 restaurants a day. They walk around with a stupid pen. They mark if he's got it or he doesn't. Send it back. We've got to pay it. Now,
and what happens if you don't get it?
Shut the water off. So we're stuck. Okay. It's like your taxes. Everyone's like, don't pay your school taxes. Yeah, they take your house. I don't have kids in school. They take your house. It's the same shit. This is a money grab, 100% money grab with this. This is so frustrating for people that are in small business because people look at that and say, oh, you know, they're making money hand over fist. Think about our cost. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how much you get. You'd have to increase 85% a year every year. That doesn't happen because if you take your PP&L bill, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say, well, let's give it an example. Let's say I made $100,000 in gross. That's what I was charged on. That's what I paid taxes on. Let's just say that's what it is. To use round numbers. So if they say let's say you make 10% of that, 10% on your
100,
on that's going to be your net, right? Let's say I increase my sales by 30 to 40%. Let's say 40%. We had a monster year. 40%.
And that's right? Really unheard of, but
right?
Go ahead.
40%, right? But PP&L went up 3%. Your water bill went up 2%. Groceries went to buy. Cost of goods sold went up 13%. Yeah, my prices went up, but not to keep up with that.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, your sewer bill went up, and your flour went up, and then
you got cooler issues.
So when they come in to fix it, their rates went up. So that 40% increase is like a -2.
Yep.
They don't understand that, and I'm sick and tired of politicians that say we're for the small business. No, you're not. You're You're for the big corporations.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Was it better? Was Trump better for the small businesses? Or was he better for?
I don't know. I mean,
but let me ask you this: for the last
4 years,
4 years,
the 4 years that he was in, my taxes were lower. Yes.
Okay.
Inflation was under control. You can't really tell what will happen because they didn't have a pandemic. Let's see what happens without the pandemic.
But let me tell you this: the Democratic Party has been in power for 16 years.
I get it.
In the White House, so 4 years.
I get it. But
they go, oh, Trump did this, but they had the House all the years.
Wait, okay. Now I got to push back. And again, I'm conservative. I'm fiscally conservative, and I'm socially liberal. I don't care what you do, where you go, what you have. I don't care. Okay. There's some point where you have to control the money. You have to control the money.
Yep.
So I'm okay with So when Clinton was in, I did okay. It wasn't bad.
What about Bush?
We had 9/11, and that tanked a little bit. It just seems like there's all these big things happen, and you can't. 9/11 happened, and we tanked. It was not 9/11 was not good because then you had the housing market crash right after that.
Yep.
4 years later, it was.
Wow,
the shit hit the fan bad. Obama took over, straightened that out, so they were back in the game. Can that happen again? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I don't think Kamala Harris is the right answer.
I'll say a smart thing with Elon Musk going with Trump a little bit to look at the finances.
Listen, I love Robert F. Kennedy.
I know.
I do. I've loved Kennedy from the get-go.
The only thing I tell you this all the time, I can't stand his voice.
But I can get over that. I can get over that. It's weird, but I mean, when he gets going, he can go. It's like an engine. It's got to rev up a little bit. Look, when you jump in your car in the winter, does the heat come right on? No, it takes a while. It takes a while to go, right? So give him a chance.
Okay. Smart move to grab him.
Actually, it wasn't a smart move for them from him to pick him right away. I'll tell you why. He should have waited. Robert Kennedy should have waited.
Why?
Because then, if they knew that in the swing states they're going to need his vote, Harris, they would have given him whatever he wanted. Now that they don't have
I'm talking about Trump.
Yeah, he should have waited. He should have waited to see where he needed.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's good. Whoever had Kennedy's good.
Okay.
Because those states are going to be close. This is going to be decided by like a couple 100,000 votes.
The girl backing Trump.
I love Tulsi Gabbard.
That's huge. That is actually huge.
I love her. I think she's good because she's got the experience in the military and doing stuff. She's good.
Speaking of something, did you notice Trump is like skinnier or like something's? He's not the same Trump. Ever since he got
really, I haven't noticed.
Try to get like he's more calm. I think he saw a life event right there. So I just think
he got goofy again.
What?
He got stupid again at one of these events.
Did he?
Yeah, he started calling Kamala a dummy. Like, you can't do that.
Oh, I did hear.
Do that.
What is
don't
it?
Do that.
Tampon Tom, or what is it? Tampon?
I don't know. It's just stupid. Like, don't do that. He could literally. If he came off, look, we're from Jersey, so we're used to that shit.
Yeah.
We're used to people in the middle of the country. They're like, whoa. They don't like that shit.
Yep.
So don't do it. I mean, I said it from day one. It was going to either be Gavin Newsom or someone else that's going to come in. It was so obvious, and I just think Trump shoots himself in the foot. And he just can't keep his mouth shut. If he keeps his mouth shut
in the ear.
What's that?
He shoots himself in the ear.
No. I mean, he's just so stupid with that. And again, I'll say it again. I'm conservative. I'm fiscally conservative, but I'm socially liberal. I don't care what you do, what you have. I don't care. But I don't want to. I just want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing that you don't get. You don't. Just like even these little taxes I was just telling you about, these little fees. Leave us alone. Like, where's there grease in this building?
I mean, you have a little grease trap. But I mean,
that just catches the cream cheese.
Yeah, that's
like what are we talking about?
Well, you got
about
grease
here?
from the sausage and all, but it's nothing major.
It's nothing. It's not fucking frying oil. When you have that's
and
ridiculous.
the thing was, and I mean, we're not going to say, but didn't something happen for them to look?
Yeah, there was something that happened here, and it's in the back.
Not here.
Wasn't with me. And I told them that. I said, that's not me. And they're like, yeah, it has to be. No, it's not. Sure enough, I was right. Wasn't me. And they try to blame me. And I'm like, that was not me. And I knew where it came from. I didn't say anything. I just, I'm not a snitch.
Yeah.
Let it go. You find out. That's your job.
Yep.
But now I got hit with, I'm getting hit with a $4,000 piece of equipment that I got to put in. Oh man, it just drives you freaking
Now, what
crazy.
about, can you come back and say, let me do my investigation. Let me see if I can get someone.
They don't care.
Let me see if I can get someone at a cheaper price.
They don't care.
Why does that have to be your person? They
don't care. They don't care. It doesn't matter. You could sit here and argue every day about the same crap. And nothing changes. I was even thinking about reaching out to damn user, my stepson works for him, just saying it, but what's that gonna do? What's he gonna say? Sure, George, we'll take care of it for you. They won't do shit. Nobody's gonna do shit. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares unless you're putting money in their pocket. And again, this is almost just like boxing. Almost just like boxing. Nobody gives a shit about you.
Yep.
With a second, you're good for them until you lose. And then when you lose, they don't want to deal with you.
Speaking about giving money and stuff like that, I was reaching out to this person, get on the show. Everybody we have reached out to, don't give them the money. This one person, once we reach out to him, it's $1,500 for this.
Up front.
Like,
and we don't, it's not worth it. Like, what's the value to that? I think they think
the person's like, he'll promote the show.
Doesn't matter. He's not even that big. He's average. Average at best.
Yep.
Average at best. Was he a good fighter? Yeah. Was he a great fighter? No. Was he?
He's not relevant.
He's not relevant.
I mean,
now.
before he was announcing on what was it?
It was somewhere.
Yeah.
He was announcing somewhere. Don't go there because I'll figure that out. Next thing you know, we'll have him calling. Irrelevant, yeah, but he's not relevant anymore. He's not relevant. $1,500 to do a 20-minute podcast. Get out of here.
Yep.
Get it. So if you break that down, what are you getting? $3,000 an hour to work. That's what it is. You break it down. 15 minutes, 1,500 to, that's three. No, that's more than that. $6,000. $6,000 an hour. Really? Give me Mike Tyson.
A little different story.
A little different.
Jake Paul, even.
Jake Paul. No, I mean, well, Jake Paul's he knows the social media game better than anybody. Oh man. Well,
yep. What else?
A lot of not so much stuff going on. I mean, this is regular stuff. We had the other day. I had that. We have an announcement of the amateur show coming back October 26th here in Berwick, which I may be on. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, here we go again. Is Aubrey fighting?
Aubrey will be fighting.
Okay.
I think she's already matched up.
Oh,
matter of fact,
okay.
She's already matched up, but I forget who. We're trying to get Jenny a fight.
Okay.
I know Dimitri is matched up with he's fighting a rematch with the kid that he fought in Berwick last May. Was it May?
May.
Right.
May.
And then Darius is hooked up with a guy from Philadelphia. He's 2-1. There's a couple other.
I know I gave Leo the connection for the Up Top Boxing in Williamsport. They just had a show, so they're gonna communicate to get some people down here for sparring and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a nice show. We have. I don't think we've ever had one in October though.
It's always been November. What was the reason?
Because of football. You don't want to interfere with football during here. But this year just hasn't been a good year.
It's always been the end of November.
Always the end of November, right around
when the kids come back from college.
Yeah, but this year just is.
Okay.
Even the way I looked at it, I said, "Man, this
right around your birthday."
Around my birthday, be a nice birthday present. Boxing World, here we go.
Who's that? Who's on?
This here, okay. Boxing Wizard, Canelo vs. Berlanga is already sold out. Yes, it is.
Wow,
I heard about that. The UFC is garbage. I don't know if it is garbage per se.
So hold on. The first thing, they are sold out.
Yeah, Canelo's doing very well. That show. See, Canelo has an entire backing with him, which I never understood why even the
they don't really even think of him as like the top Mexican fighter.
No, but a lot of people don't like him. A lot of Mexicans don't like him.
So it's like the Mayweather
It's
effect.
kind of like the Mayweather effect. It's garbage. He kills his garbage. It's a $1 billion company. I don't know how much
UFC is very,
it's very competitive. I know some people are boxing and UFC have that kind of, your boxing is better than the UFC and whatever. If you go financially, just look at the financial situation. If boxing could somehow straighten out their act, one big boxing show always blows everybody away. That they make tons and tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
UFC can consistently make money.
Yep.
Consistently. I'm not saying the fighters make good money.
Nope.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's a business. It's a way cruel business than that. When Conor fighting UFC died, not financially. They
got better.
They just financially they're just unbelievable. I know it's hard to believe, and boxing was, I know, but it's really hard. It's really hard. You just can't go by that. All the UFC stars retired, don't fight anymore. They do not. Nope.
Who?
And the UFC fighters just don't. All the stars fight. Don't they just go away?
Well, they do celebrity boxing.
Let's see what we got here. It's a dead promotion.
What's a dead promotion?
UFC's a boxing. Was you're saying UFC's a dead promotion?
Oh no,
no, it's not a dead promotion, buddy. You're way off. I hate to tell you, way off. And I know that's why he's doing Power Slap. He's doing Power Slap. I think that's a lost leader for Dana. When I spoke to him, I said, "How did you get Power Slap the way it is?" He was like, "Listen, it's huge globally, as is UFC. It's huge globally. But if I'm gonna have to push back on that, Boxing Wizard. UFC is it's like
it's a WWE
15 billion right now. It's a huge company, and they have sellout after sellout after sellout. And here's the other thing: if you say that Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in the game right now,
and what were you were gonna go back?
I'm gonna tell you that play. I know someone who was involved in the event. They gave the tickets away. They lost $15 million. That is the best fighter the best boxer in the world.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. He cannot draw. He cannot draw. Those tickets were given away. Now, they slashed tickets in half, and when everyone started coming to watch them, they had no tickets. They'd already given them away. That's what happened there. Crawford is overrated. He lost $10 billion. It was closer to 12. I know. Honestly, Boxing Wizard. I know someone who was very close to that situation. They lost a shit ton of money in that. And yes, he's over it. But I'm going back to your saying that it's a dead promotion. The best fighter that boxing has can't even draw. Canelo can draw because he has a whole community. He has Mexican people. They can.
You know
draw
what it comes down to? The United States.
They just so
they
divided.
Don't
promote their own.
No.
You can't use a flag. Can't bring the flag.
Like Tyson Fury, AJ, they sell, and our own country, these people don't like Mayweather. Everybody just wanted to see him lose.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Roy Jones, did he really sell? Maybe, but he could have sold more.
Roy Jones,
yeah,
they had HBO and they had Showtime. Those are huge things.
Mm-hmm.
They need an outlet. They need an outlet. The Zone is not an outlet. PPV.com is a platform that you get it for free. That you get not for free. You get it. You don't have to pay a subscription.
Yeah.
So that's the one outlet I think they have, but nobody has that anymore.
What else did he say?
Okay, so we have what he says. Crawford isn't pound for pound. They just need an American boxer to hype up. Oh boy. A boxing wizard. You're way off. You're way off, dude. You can't. You cannot tell me this guy's not pound for pound. Tell me who's the best. Who's best? He's not the top. Isn't pound for pound? Is he in the rankings?
Yeah, I don't know who would be the top.
Who is it?
Terrence Crawford is
Canelo. If you say Canelo's pound for pound, which it seems like you're saying now, was pound for pound, then fighting undefeated champions at Hall of Fame's era. I agree. I agree that he did. But let's go pound for pound right now. He's not pound for pound right now. Canelo's not. He will not fight David Benavidez. Say what you want. He won't fight him. I think he'll fight him when he's going out. They ain't fighting him now. He had every opportunity to fight him.
Not just once.
Yeah, twice. And he chose Charlo, Munguia, and Benavidez.
3 times.
Says those 3 he had. I know for a fact the Charlo fight was in the contract. We know that. The first one. We know that.
Wasn't
the Munguia fight? I was told that was going to happen, and it happened. And I was told the Berlanga fight was going to happen before they were pushing anything else. I said no.
Before they were talking to Crawford.
They were going to Charlo first, but they said no, that ain't happening. Then he went to Crawford, wouldn't take it. Then he said, "Oh, now they're opening it." No, that's a media narrative. What's the media narrative? Tell me what the media narrative is. That what he didn't want to fight him? That's factual. That he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't want to fight him because he was scared of him. I don't think he's scared of him. He's not scared of him.
Not at all.
I know fighters aren't scared to fight anybody. It's financially for him. too big of a risk to fight Benavidez and not go out where how he wants to go out. He's like, no way. The reason why he said 200 million to Turkey, because he was basically using him as a pawn, saying, give me 200 million. He's not fighting in Saudi Arabia.
No,
he's not.
Just like Tank's not fighting.
Tank ain't going over there, and he's not going over there. No way. They're not. They don't need to. Mm-mm. They don't need to. They can get the right. The money's there. This ain't gonna last long either. This Turkey Al Sheikh thing.
Nope.
That's not gonna last long. I believe me. Callum Smith.
What?
He said Callum Smith was number 1 at 6'8". Why was David the guy he needed to fight? Callum Smith.
Oh, jeez.
Buddy. Yeah. Callum Smith ain't even close to Benavidez. Not even close. David has only fought Durrell and lost his belt. He also went up to fight a guy who was the WBC champion at the time at 175. I forget his name. And came back down. There's no possible way. And again, I'm boxing. I appreciate that I think you have some valid points here. But Durrell, I personally thought Canelo would beat David. I thought he would. I've said it on the air. I think he would. But financially, it doesn't make sense for him to do that. Why would he do that?
No.
He could fight those guys. Buddy, Callum Smith is not that good. I know you keep saying it. Why the Ring Magazine? Exactly, Ring Magazine. Because who is he promoted by? Who owns Ring Magazine? Come on. He's not. Callum Smith is not that good. Look at his last fight. Look at his fast fight.
We can argue.
Wait, Ring Magazine belt is the one of two guys in the only one. Ring Magazine is owned by Oscar De La Hoya, who is Golden Boy. Durrell is good. No, I don't think Durrell.
Andre Durrell?
I don't think Andre Durrell's good. No, he's not. No, I think he's saying that he's not good. I don't think he's that good. I don't think Andre Durrell's that good. Andre Durrell, I think, is going to be out of boxing, to be honest with you. But the Ring Magazine is owned by Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is the one who writes the narrative. He writes the narrative there of who's going to be ranked where, and I don't even think he makes any bones about that.
So let me ask you something. That's this Callum Smith. Who did he fight last?
Callum Smith fought. His last fight was he got stopped by I think got stopped by David Benavidez.
Okay,
I think he got stopped by him. And
before that,
Callum Smith. I forget who he fought. Callum Smith.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but Callum Smith was a European fighter who was built up. These are bad narratives. They would be okay. Well, that's who David's best win for his belt was. Hold on 1 second. Let's just go over his boxing rack here. Oh, they won't let me get back in.
It's okay.
But Callum Smith's boxing record here. More bros.
But again, this is where we can have,
you can go back and forth. But I think, listen, boxers, I think your some of your points are right. The Ring Magazine can only give it the number 1 and number 2 division, right? And they decide who is the 1 and 2. Believe me, there should be no rankings. There should be no governing bodies in this stupid thing. And it's not. It's stupid.
Just some of the Crawford not being.
I think he should fight Benavidez, and I do believe he will. I've been right 3 in a row from him. I was with Charlo because that was contract. That was in the contract. He had 3 people to choose from in that contract. Charlo, it was 2 Charlos and 1 other guy. They thought it would be Benavidez, but it wasn't supposed to be. It's going to be Munguia.
Okay.
So it was Charlo. He fought. It was so bad. Tested positive for coke.
Who?
Benavidez. He did. Yeah. He did. But Canelo tested positive for PEDs. Not for nothing. You'd have to eat 17 cows to get the amount that he had in his body. Okay, 17 to get that.
17.
Everybody. Listen, why is Canelo slipping since that fight? He looked great against Triple G, his first fight, right?
Yep.
He got popped. Yes, he did. That was the best he ever. No. Was it the rematch or second match?
Second.
He looked the best he ever did.
Yeah, second. First one they said it was tough.
Okay. David lost his belt. Yes, he was stripped of the belt because he tested positive. They're not. WBC will never strip Canelo.
I would rather test positive for coke than test positive for steroids.
Yes. Coke, you're screwed up though. You're on fire.
No. But I would rather test positive for that than test positive for steroids.
Oh, true. I agree. It's still boy, if you're coked up, man, you are going through brick walls. You are going through brick walls.
Yeah.
Trust me. Not that I've done it. I'm just saying you're going through brick walls. So again, let me go back to this one here. There was one that he said about, okay, so I do believe, again, at the end of the day, he's going to fight Benavidez. I do believe that. I don't think it's a lost cause yet. I don't. Because I was told the Charlo fight, the Munguia fight, I knew that was happening. And everyone said it was going to be the other Charlo because they were giving him
it's going to be the other Charlo or Crawford.
Just to get him out. Or Crawford. I knew it wasn't going to be Crawford because I called you that day. I said that you told me, they said it's Crawford. I said, no, it's not. I just got told it's not.
Yep.
I said, it's going to be Munguia and then it's going to be Berlanga. And it happened. The IBF stripped him twice. WWE stripped Canelo in 2017. I don't remember him getting stripped for Canelo in 2017. He must have been moving up on that one. The IBF stripped him twice. The IBF stripped him twice. The IBF, the one that was caught in the biggest scandal in boxing history, that company, I wouldn't care if they were not in existence. The IBF and the WBC are two of the most corrupt boxing companies, and I like Suleiman. I like Mauricio, but they're corrupt. They are corrupt. There is no business that you can go to. Canelo fights everyone. Isn't Floyd Cherry? He hasn't. Floyd Cherry and 20 people. He hasn't. Listen, I told you. I like him. I like Canelo. I think he would. I think he'd win. I think he would win. I think he would win. But he's not saying that Crawford isn't the pound for pound best. You're wrong. Crawford is the best right now. Right now, Crawford is best and can't sell. Canelo can sell. And
so the reason why they stripped him was because he didn't fight Sergio
Derevyanchenko.
Yep.
Derevyanchenko. Yeah, but who wants to see that? That was a financial thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He's not fighting Crawford next. He's not.
Who?
He says Canelo's fighting Crawford next. No, I was told he's fighting Benavidez. That's what I was told. Fighting Benavidez.
No, so
unless he stays at 175 to fight the winner of Bivol and Benavides, which I don't know if that's even if he wants to, because I don't know the money.
I think Crawford has to fight Boots. Crawford has to fight Boots.
Name who Crawford beat. Errol Spence. You know what? I think you're right as far as who Crawford is beat. It's already
it's a good thing because that's the same thing I said. I said, oh, there's no, I said Crawford has.
That's one of the reasons why I went with Spence.
Yeah, because he hasn't beat anybody. But the IQ of the boxing, all that adds up. And the last couple of years, Spence has been fighting the people that he had to. But I mean, I don't know.
It still makes for look, obviously boxing makes for a great argument. Maybe at some point next, because we got to run here in a couple minutes.
Doesn't Jax have a game?
Jax has a game, football game. I'd like to invite you on. Come on, we could talk about that. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
I enjoy the banter. Ugas knocked out Spence. Yeah,
what?
Good point.
What?
Good point. Ugas knocked. He said Ugas knocked Spence's teeth in the fight before. Yes,
it was a mouthpiece.
So did the whatchamacallit. So did the
Ferrari.
Before I took care of the rest of that.
Now he has been the same ever since that.
Also never fought Thurman. Spence never fought Thurman. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, there's you make a lot of valid points. If you think
Spence and Thurman, come on.
Spence and Thurman what?
That Spence would have killed him.
Keith Thurman just is not. I like.
I like him. Too.
I like him.
I like him. But he's injury prone.
He's injury prone. He's small, and then when he gets hurt, there's a lot of excuses. When he goes, Spence's teeth came out when they got stuck. When they got stuck on mouthpiece.
What happened?
Crawford is overrated. We'll see. I was on the Porterway podcast and said Crawford's going to get killed,
and you got hammered.
I got hammered.
Pause.
Oh, there he is.
Who?
Tech Dumb Dad Jeremy. What's up, buddy? Where you been? I haven't been on George's lives. I haven't seen him do any lives lately, Jeremy. I've been waiting for you.
Who is this?
Tech Dumb Dad. He's with George Jakovic.
Oh, okay.
Every now and then.
Okay,
that's what me one time. Yeah,
yep.
He's good dude.
Okay,
good. Where's this? Everyone Crawford fought is washed up or a nobody. Well, we'll find out. Check the resume. It's terrible. Well, we'll find out. I don't. We can go back and forth with that, but this whole thing started because you said UFC is a dead company.
Yeah,
and it's a $13 billion company.
Mm-hmm.
Financially, if I was a $13 billion company, I'd be doing very well.
Yep.
Never found the need an American. That's it on the pound for pound list.
Oh, what was that?
He said that no, they don't need an American on pound for pound list. Canelo's been a pound for pound for the last
pound for pound was it Mayweather?
Mayweather. It was. Let me ask you this: was Mayweather pound for pound? Boxing Wizard. Canelo's gonna sleep. Who?
He's gonna Berlanga.
Oh, George. Oh, yes. You know what? I did hear George is working on it. He's been final. I saw that. George Jakovic's doing some great work. I talked to him not long ago, and he was saying, I thought he's still on that project. Wow. That's been a while.
Did Wizard answer that question?
What was it again?
The Mayweather pound for pound.
Yeah, Mayweather was pound for pound. Boxing Wizard. Was he not pound for pound? Floyd was, of course. He also stalled out fights and his big wins after they got KO'd.
What?
And all his big wins were after KO. No, Canelo has not been KO'd. His big win was Canelo.
Whose big win?
Maybe he said all his big wins were after they were KO'd.
De La Hoya, Canelo wasn't KO'd.
No. Ricky Hatton didn't get KO'd.
No, it's Pacquiao. The flip. Pacquiao.
Yeah, Pacquiao was the one who KO'd him. Then it was Cotto. Cotto was with Margarito, but he came back and won that fight.
Mosley just beat Margarito.
Mosley, yeah. A lot of great fights. Oscar, Cotto, Mosley, Hernandez, Pacquiao all got killed.
Who?
Yeah, but no, you said his big wins were after they got KO'd. After he got KO'd.
Canelo never got KO'd. That was Canelo's first loss.
That was Canelo's. Canelo. I'm talking about Canelo when it's pound for pound. Mayweather, love him or hate him. Here it is right here. He's an all-time pound for pound. You don't get 50. Yeah, no, that's what that's Tech Dumb Dad said that because he ducked Khan.
Now I will tell you this, and you were
okay. Yeah. No.
I always thought Amir Khan's style would beat Mayweather. I always thought that. I always said that to you. You're like, you're crazy. No, just his style. He was quick. He was long. He was younger. That I always thought that.
This was always also one of the ones too. I thought Paul Williams. He not that he ducked him. It was a bad stylistic matchup for him. Yep. I think he's right there, but ducking him, I think it's more of a financial thing. I think Boxing Wizard, you got to look at the finances on this. Just look at the finances. Who in the world is going to watch Winky Wright versus Floyd Mayweather? Nobody.
And you can't say Margarito because I think Floyd knew that some stuff was up with him.
Boxing Wizard, I think you're right. He does fight everyone. I've said it on my podcast before. Canelo.
Oh yeah.
When I had Jim Lampley on, I said he fights everybody.
Yeah,
he does. But I never said he was ducked anybody.
Nope.
He's just not pound for pound in my book.
Who?
I think Canelo. I think he's not the top guy. I think Crawford's the top guy.
It's 1-2.
There's 1 and 2, 2 and 1. I think in a way might be pound for pound. But that's actually very subjective. It's very subjective.
Speaking about Jim Lampley
will be here next Tuesday.
Yes.
Next Tuesday he'll be on because he's going to be hyping up the Canelo fight. He'll be on and we'll have him review that. And also it's his 1-year anniversary of being on PPV.com. So we're going to go over that. But we have to get out of here. Boxing Wizard, Tech Dumb Dad, Jeremy, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Hey, Boxing Wizard, I would love to have you on at some point. Please, Jeremy, if you want to subscribe to the channel, pass it along to your friends.
Boxing Wizard, if you don't want to come on live with the stream, just have it over phone.
Do it over the phone. You could do it there. You don't have to do it live. I love these when they do this. I love when people do this. Can't find Canelo opponents he's fought fresh off the hospital bed. Can't find one opponent he fought fresh off the hospital bed.
Who's that?
Boxing Wizard said you can't find one Canelo opponent he fought. You know who you'd be good with? Boxing Wizard. There's this guy David who hates Canelo on my channel. Yeah. They'd be good to go out. I should get them two on. That'd be great. But obviously, I think this is definitely subjective, guys. We don't care either way. Whoever you pick is fine by me.
We're just looking for a good fight.
We're looking for a good fights to come on. I enjoy this. This is one of the things I enjoy when people come out and do this stuff and go back and forth and what have you. But either way, guys, all of Crawford's opponents were coming out of the ER. Oh shit. Okay. Well, either way, guys. Hey, One last thing I want to get to quickly before I do anything else, if it's up here. Kim Nespoli, our friend here, the GoFundMe is still up there. She's fighting stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. She's gotten upwards of $140,000, I believe. They need about $200,000. You could see her right there, her and her family. Beautiful family there. She's a beautiful girl, only 47 years old, and she's fighting for her life right now, guys. We have to get her to Arizona to get that special cancer treatment that she has to get. And if you can do anything there, we appreciate it. If not, we understand. We're perfectly fine. We're selling also pink light bulbs to light up the town of Berwick there to represent her. They're only $5 a piece. They're sold at Georgie Bagels. They're also sold elsewhere. I'll put that up on the screen in the description. But remember, guys, hey, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. We will see you probably next week.
Yep.
And Coach Diz will be back.
Hopefully.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for